happen to listen to the intro for the Cam Girl murder?
No, I have not.
Okay, we'll have to play that for you.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Yes. 262. Live 262 to 265. 3 and 2, 3. No, 4 to 264.
yeah.
The fuck? It came up with that. How did it come
Yay.
up with that? That's weird.
Because it heard you complain last week, so it wanted to.
It did, like, for real.
This is like 80s jazz.
Yeah.
This is what John likes to jam to.
Whatever, dude.
I'm not making fun. I like it.
I'm not making fun of it either.
Alright, make sure it's going. I gotta go.
Hmm.
It should be.
All right. Okie dokie.
Oh no.
Put my thing over here, balance this out.
It's still like such a strange concept to me that even though it's cooler outside, like it's 80 degrees still, and I'm like, ooh,
It feels
nice
so
breeze.
different to
It
not have any humidity
Yeah.
outside. It does.
like I was walking into work the other day, and I had like a quarter zip on, and I didn't need it. I still have my pride. I don't need it, but it didn't. It wasn't too hot with it on. It was like in the 60s in the morning, and I was like, this is great. This is fantastic.
I would have needed it. Definitely feel. We went for a walk on the beach yesterday morning without the dogs, which was like nice and a
That is
rarity, like
nice.
actually
Yeah.
relaxing.
You like went on a little morning date. How
Yeah.
cute.
And I had a sweatshirt on, and it felt good.
Yeah.
It was a little warm at the end of the walk, but that's okay.
Friday night was the homecoming football game.
Oh,
And I did not bring a jacket with me. And I kind of wished that I did.
it's that time. It's getting to be. I've got the white pumpkin candle going in the living room.
It smells good.
Love it. Stocked up on my fall candles. I'm ready to go. I also have picked up the evergreen ones when I was there. I'm good.
I need to
I'm
go
ready.
and get some car scents for my new car.
Ooh, yeah.
But I didn't get a chance to do that today. I should have. Well, I had Murphy in the car, so I didn't want to.
Yeah. Oh, I have some coupons from Bath and Body Works if you want
Ooh.
them.
Okay, I can use those online, right? Maybe I'll
I think
order
so.
them online.
Yeah, I'll I forget what they gave me, like 4 coupons, and they just sent them in the mail. I'm glad you said that, because we need to remember to give you that and that
I know.
freaking thing. We keep forgetting.
I know. I think I'm gonna have a fire next month.
A fire.
Yeah, like a bonfire
Oh.
Nice.
for my Christmas tree that I was gonna burn at my party.
You've got to chop it into pieces.
I know.
Chop it.
I don't have a saw or an axe, so I need to get one to do that.
Yeah. John, I think before we get started, you need to play the intro of the XX execution for Jen.
Okay.
There were a couple of comments. Dee said, John, your intros are the absolute best. And Darren wanted to know if you have any more tokens. So you've got to play it for Jen, because this is one of my all-time favorite intros.
Okay. Let me put it up right quick. Sorry, I'm like logging on to the
You're good.
live stream so I can look at the comments. Pop out chat.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a fire, but I was also told that I need to have a Halloween party. But I don't want to have a Halloween party. I'm gonna have my Christmas cocktail party. I think that'll be the next party that I have. I need some time in between.
Yeah, recuperate.
Like I can't have a party every weekend, which I
No.
don't. But like, I think I'm gonna rent out my
Oh, look who it is.
Wolfie.
Yo, Wolfie! Just you wait, Wolfie. We got your shot ready to go.
I think I'm gonna.
Don't say what it is yet.
I think I'm gonna rent out my home for like my friends if they want to throw parties.
Yeah.
They can just like set it up and clean it up, but they can have it at my house.
There you go. I mean, it's a great backyard for parties.
I
so.
know. That's
So you mean you're gonna put it on Airbnb? Because that's what it basically is.
I thought about it, but I also don't want to just put my address out to the internet. So I think I'm just gonna advertise amongst my friends. So
How do you work this shit?
Well, what's going on over there?
All right.
Oh, you're in Las Vegas.
I've never
what are
been
you
to
doing in
Vegas.
Vegas? I've never been to Vegas
she
either.
can't tell you what happens there stays there.
True.
But I do really want to go out there. Lady Gaga has a jazz and piano set that she just reopened, and I really want to go see it. But you know,
I don't know if I have a desire to ever go to Las Vegas. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I got some kids there.
Stop. Well, Wolfie, are you crunched for time? I was gonna have John play one of the intros for Jen because she hasn't heard it yet. But if we need to do the shot first, we can also accommodate. We're ready.
Well, it'll take her 45 seconds to
Okay.
see that.
All right.
so
Well,
let's
why
just
don't
play it.
just play the thing? Play the thing.
Unlike other automakers,
Commercial.
Ford
I was gonna say that doesn't sound like us.
Hold on a second.
made our technology
It sounded like Jack Nicholson, didn't it? A little bit.
No.
Whatever. No. Yes. All right. Here it is, Jen. In all of the glory. This isn't even one of the best ones. Why do you?
No,
wanna hear
it's
this one?
definitely one of my favorite ones.
Really?
It's one of the funniest.
No.
Yeah.
I like the old Talk Murder Me better.
With the cuts of us being like, oh my God. In this day and age, we've probably all been duped by someone on the internet in one way or another. Whether you've been catfished or found someone who's embellished on some details or used old photos, the internet can sure allow you to fall in love with someone or even just the idea of someone. And that holds true even if you might be paying them. Just how far would you go? John, what are you doing over there?
Oh my God, thank you so much, Bobby. That means so much. No, Antonio, if you want to see that part of my body, you're going to have to tip a little bigger than that. Whoopee! I didn't think it was that funny.
Oh my gosh. I laughed out loud
Oh
when
my
he played
gosh.
it. I wasn't
That's
expecting
funny.
you to go there.
That is funny.
Wolfie.
Have you heard did you hear the killer cat fight one?
No, I need to do better.
Yeah, here's the killer cat fight one.
Oh my goodness. All right, well let's do our shot for Heather while we've got her.
Okay.
So tonight our surprise shot dedication is for Wolfie.
Thanks, Wolfie.
And this is a specific request.
Okay. I hope it's good. Surprise shots. Surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise. I don't know what happened with that one. Like my hand hesitated or something and I had to catch up.
Bye. Say bye.
Bah.
Bah.
Okay.
Black sheep.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh.
You know, I was really worried about that combination of flavors, but that
There
was
some
actually
mint
good.
in there.
Yeah.
It tasted like Java mint.
That was the Dementor shot,
Oh.
and it was vodka, coffee liqueur, and peppermint.
That wasn't bad. I kind of liked that.
Yeah, I liked it.
That was pretty good.
I don't know if I could do like 6 of them, but
Well, I told y'all, I have an aversion to straight up peppermint shots.
yeah,
Can't do it. The
I'm proud of
peppermint
you for-
patty,
proud of you.
it's still, yeah, that was the worst
No more
hangover I've
rumplements.
ever had.
No more rumplements.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Well,
Guys, got a bunch of good stories today. Oh, wait.
Yay, yay.
First, though, I want to do a little warm-up sesh.
like singing.
No.
Oh.
But I saw something that reminded me of Jen.
Oh God.
No, it's not bad, I promise.
You say that.
No,
but
it's not. It's actually pretty interesting. It's about school teachers. Hold on, let me find it. It is on Medium.
like it's like a psychic thing.
No, Medium's like a
Outlet, news outlet. So
content creator, like blog writer type thing.
Oh.
Can you pull? Oh, I got it. All right, so this is called "I'm a Teacher. I'm About to Quit,"
Oh yeah, it's bad out there.
and she talks about 2 billionaires walking into a bar. One of them says, "I want to make so much money my granddaughter doesn't ever have to get a real job. She can just be a teacher or something." The second billionaire says, "Why don't we just pay teachers fairly now?" And they both laugh. So she talks about how the classroom isn't safe anymore, about how it's dangerous, and there's not any money. Nobody listens to us. The pay is killing us.
I agree. It's awful.
Education is in shambles on purpose. Like she goes in and she says she's about to quit being a teacher, and a lot of other people are doing it too.
Oh yeah.
Especially after COVID, there's a lot of teachers not coming back.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like we don't take it seriously there,
The
Hal.
expectations out there are ridiculous for teachers. I'm not even a teacher. I'm just I work in the education system, and I can honestly say like what they have to do, like it's ridiculous. You know, these people, and I'm not trying to get up on my soapbox for
Go ahead.
you know,
Step on up to it.
paying educators fairly. I'm not trying to go on a soapbox, but honestly, like we have master's degrees, and like there are teachers, like especially newer teachers who don't have a lot of experience, who with like people that are working retail jobs are making more than them. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, it's ridiculous. And then you think of what the role of a teacher is supposed to be, and we're trying to shape the minds of our future of our society, and you just don't have any wherewithal to like pay them fairly. Like last year we did get a raise in South Carolina, a 2% raise.
I didn't mean to get y'all pissed off.
Still,
No.
though,
Probably
that's not
should.
enough. Like, you should get a 2% raise every year for just cost of living adjustment.
Well, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm fortunate because, you know, I'm a counselor, but I get paid on the teacher salary scale. But because I have a master's plus 30, I get a little bit more
Yeah.
than what a teacher without master's plus 30 does. And in South Carolina, I don't think it's required to have a master's degree. I think you can have your bachelor's, and I think there's another program that you can, like the PACE program. Like you get a teaching certificate. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But you know, most people do have one. We have these advanced degrees.
It's stupid.
It's just
I think it was last year there was that article in Time. It was the cover of Time magazine, and it featured a teacher who said, "I'm a teacher in America, and I have to like sell my blood plasma to make ends meet, and I have a second job in order to make my ends meet."
Yeah. And
It's
not,
awful.
It's not even just the pay. It's like the expectations of the teachers too, especially with the pandemic, and some students having to be home. You have teachers who are teaching with dual modalities, meaning like they'll teach their students in class and have to teach virtually. So you have to try to control your classroom in the classroom and try to control the people that are, you know, make sure that they're getting their help, that are out in cyberspace doing whatever they have to do. It's just, and I don't know.
It's awful.
And I can't even really speak to all of it because I'm not a teacher specifically, but it's just, you know, it's crazy.
We had teachers at University of Phoenix that would teach at 5 different schools. I mean, obviously they're just making bank, you know, but it's not like that. She said she worked at Disneyland.
Oh, that's cool.
I used to
Nice.
work there too. I was guest on, but
You wish.
10 years and you make $15.50. That's like,
That's
yeah,
awful.
That's bad. I mean, that's like
I
what
mean,
I make. Oh, it's a little bit more than what I make right now at BJ's after I demoted and they cut my pay. But like,
Now fast food companies are starting pay at $15
Yeah.
an hour. So, like, there's something wrong, right? There's something wrong with that. If you can say, we were having some issues like that with our you know, certain positions, when you talk about like call center type pay and things like that, like you're competing, you know, the level of complexity of the work does not match. And so as you raise like the important things like minimum wage, you know, these jobs that are more complex, that are net, you know, if you raise minimum wage in certain states, or if we do that on a national level, there's pay compression, and you have to adjust the compensation of the more complex roles, like, you know, teachers' salaries and things like that. It's and that's just been so underpaid for so long.
yeah, it's sad. Wolfie, without speaking for the brand or the company, do you get
Are you a friend of a character?
what? No, she's a custodian. She
Oh.
said, but
but she can still be a friend of a character.
Well, the
she means like an escort, right?
no,
An
a
escort?
No, a
What?
friend.
What?
You can't
Like-
say in Disney World that you are. You couldn't ever say you're Gaston. You could say
Why?
you're friends with Gaston.
Doesn't Disney
There-
own those?
No. Like, you're not. If you are a cast member in Disney, you're not allowed to say who you are. You can say who you're friends with, but you can't be like, yeah, I'm Winnie the Pooh.
Like, you
you can be
can't-
like, I'm friends with Winnie
you
the
can't
Pooh and some
really-
other characters.
You can't really say anything about Disney without like
Yeah.
fear of repercussion. But without speaking for the brand of the company, Wolfie, like, what type of perks do you get? Do you get like free access to the parks? Do you get free passes for friends to get to the parks?
She gets free cotton
I have
candy.
not been to Disneyland in California. That would be cool.
There's that
I
would be
do
cool.
love Orlando. I wish we could get John to go
There's this really cool book.
because that would be so fun. It's
Yeah,
so
we need
fun
to
to go
go.
as an adult.
Yeah, did I tell you about that?
Epcot is so fun.
We need to drink around the world. We
It
should
is
do an
the
episode
best.
about it.
It is so much fun.
If we only made you go to Epcot to drink around the world, would you go?
No,
But they have Grand Marnier slushies.
I can buy that shit here.
No, you
can't.
can't. I can't make a Grand Marnier slushie.
All right, let's get started. Let's
It's
get
so
started.
fun.
Started. I got to sign myself in.
But they have like rides, obviously, like Test Track, Mission Space, where you go like 2Gs. Man, I didn't feel good on that one.
I haven't been to Disney in a very long time. I've
I've been a couple times since moving down here. It's so much fun. So much fun.
I'm trying to get on the list of the staff that chaperones the senior trip.
And they're
she
going to
said up
Disney?
3 people,
Yeah.
What?
but I can't fly
Yeah.
because I'm on those lists.
Does
No.
does this count? Does this count for Disney World too? Like, could you come visit us and we go down to Disney World?
Orlando? Because that's only like 6 hours away. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, we got some cool comments on talkmurder.com. Gonna shout them out. Brandon and Easley. That's
She
where
said,
my
yeah.
parents live.
Oh, yeah?
All right. Cool.
We got some cool comments on talkmurder.com. Go there to talk to me if you guys want. Shout these people out. Brandon says, this is about the Brandy Worley case. That was a terrible case.
Oh, yeah.
I remember hearing the 911 clips on TikTok.
I was the star of this episode. Was that when I was hangry?
Huh?
Was that Nicole was the star of this episode. Was that because I was really hangry that episode?
Yeah, I guess so. Good job, John. Way to make us all depressed again. P.S. You're my favorite. So, boom. Let me see. These are my fake names. I actually put fake email addresses in there to leave my own comments. Like, you have to put email
Hold on.
addresses.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
What? What?
I'm more than a Ringo star.
Where are you looking? I responded.
Thanks.
This show wouldn't work without her.
Aw, thanks, John.
Jen is my favorite.
Thanks, John.
I just delete that.
Oh, funny.
Heaven Smith says about Heaven Smith, a high school senior, which kind of freaked me out a little bit. She was talking about the Angela Simpsons. Where is she now? It's been some years since the 2009 killing. Well, I'm pretty sure she's still in prison. Let's see. I'm a senior in high school, and I'm hoping... Well, I'm a senior in high school. I'm in forensic class. Y'all had forensic class in high school?
Yeah, we do.
What the fudge,
That's
man?
cool. That's awesome.
Learning about murder stuff. Yada, yada, yada. So, big shout out to you. I think that's the first high schooler that's commented. So, basically what I want to know from you, Heaven, is, am I popular?
We have seniors in high school listening to us. I don't know how I feel about this.
Am I popular at your school? I don't care or anything.
I
you
don't know. I don't
just-
tell the students. I don't tell the students the name of my podcast. So if they
Oh,
find us,
shit.
it's their own.
Let me see. Yada, yada, yada. All right, well, that's it for those. So thank you guys so much.
Bye, Wolfie.
Bye, Wolfie.
Bye,
Have fun in
Wolfie.
Vegas.
Vegas. Also, guys, we're getting started. So before we get started, I want to say we're on live chat right now. That is the Patreon, YouTube live video. I do all these videos live, the episodes, all 3 of them, and I'm going to start putting some more clips on YouTube for you guys. But if you want to see us live and have us talk to you, go to talkmurder.com/join and join the patron, and you can get that. Anyway, today. I haven't been given any hints.
No, you
No.
haven't. So we've just been drinking beer and seltzers. But that's okay.
Well, tonight, so I got some great stories this week, and we're starting with the Nevada tan story. Has anybody heard of this?
No.
Okay, it's Nevada/tan. So,
Like Nevada, as in where Wolfie is right now.
no, she's in Vegas.
Yes.
That's in
Oh, yeah, it is
Nevada.
in Nevada. Shit.
And apparently it is Nevada. It's not Nevada.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that. I thought I was just going with how John was pronouncing it.
It
then.
No,
is.
he did it correctly. He was correct.
It's Nevada. What the
It
hell?
is.
Nevada.
Well, a lot of people
Nevada.
from, like, feel like back home we pronounce it Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
That's because y'all are all mature.
Nevada.
Havana Kedavra!
All right, so Nevada is spelled like this. Now you got me saying it.
It's Nevada.
Nevada. Nevada tan. Any guesses? Look at the last name, Tan. Try to think of where that comes from.
This is a person's name?
Is it a native story?
It's a person that has earned that name through some actions that he or she did. It's not the real name, no. But that surname, the ending Tan, is used in a certain culture.
Natives? Native Americans?
Is it an Asian descent? I'm thinking like San. Isn't San? I know San is something, but I don't know what Tan is.
All right, so let's get started. Let me see. Let me get this thing going here. Anything else before we get started? I feel like
Do we have any new members this week?
I haven't done this
We
in a
do
while.
not. But can I do a shameless plug?
Yeah, shameless plug. Also, what's the episodes for Every Day's a Holiday?
Yeah.
You gotta be telling those.
Well,
People
I
wanna know.
haven't done it this week because I've been working on this other podcast yet. So I got to do that tonight. I'm a little backed up with work this weekend. But for you to be aware of an upcoming holiday this week, International Coffee Day is coming up.
Oh.
John, in
Yesterday
particular.
was International Daughters Day.
It was also Lobster Day. I was thinking about like, damn, we should go for lobster rolls. But so there is a podcast that I am working on about a cult in South America run by Nazis.
Real Nazis.
Real Nazis. Like, not like neo-Nazis, legit came from Germany after the war and settled in Chile.
Yeah, and we do not approve of Nazis here at Talk Murder Me Studios.
Correct.
So do we think that this is one of the landing places for Hitler?
There was the show that we watched, Hunting Hitler,
Yes.
did cover this particular cult and area. And it is built like a fortress. It is definitely not just your average cult.
Is it the place with the big underground,
Yeah.
like cement
Yes.
and stuff?
There's
yeah.
bunkers, there's telecommunications
It's
centers,
crazy, man.
there's padded walls,
They have
there's
hidden-
tripwires.
You know how like today we would have hidden cameras places?
Yeah.
They have, well, back then in the 50s, they didn't have those, but they had hidden microphones.
Yes.
That's crazy. And they're still there. They're just scattered around everywhere.
And this place is still inhabited. The
it's
cult is still going.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
Well-
not still. Oh, go ahead.
The cult has quote unquote disbanded. The founder and leader of the cult was eventually captured, and he was sentenced to jail, and he died in prison when he was 88 years old. And so today
That was like in 2006. I think.
that was in 2008.
There is a Nazi on trial now. He's one of the last ones, probably the last one. He's 105.
But
This shit barely makes the news, by the way.
the cult is no longer really a cult, but a lot of people still live there because it's all they've ever known. it's a commune, and now it's a tourist destination.
Interesting.
So this article's from August 2nd. German court sets trial for 100-year-old alleged Nazi guard.
Wow.
So you know what is
Jesus
interesting
Christ.
when I was researching this?
This shit doesn't even make the freaking front page. But you know who makes the front page? I don't know. Billy Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
That crap makes the front page, man. I mean, that's what's wrong with this world. Everything's wrong
Anyway,
with this world. We're all
it's really interesting because a lot of Germans fled after the war, fled, and it. From my research, though, like very few Nazis were even put to trial. Like there's when you look at the scope of the numbers, it's actually pretty embarrassing. And so this cult, it was a religious Christian cult, actually. But the charismatic leader was a Nazi. And I struggled to use the word ex-Nazi because once you're a Nazi, aren't you always a Nazi? It kind of made me think of the movie Inglourious Bastards, which you haven't seen, have you, Jen?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Well, the very end where Lieutenant Aldo Rain says, the thing about you Nazis is you can just take off your uniforms and no one would ever know. Like you can live among, other people. And obviously he does something very special with his branding techniques.
Yes.
But that's the truth is, like, even though you can take off the uniform, are you ever not a Nazi?
Right.
You can never wash that blood off of your hands and what that ideology
like
is.
Rolf.
Yeah.
From The Sound of Music.
Dude, I would love to have been in that war, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to say musical.
Killing fucking Nazis, way better than what we did, dude.
Yeah.
I would love that
Inglourious
shit, man.
Bastards is one of my all-time favorite movies.
I heard of an interesting theory about mortality. And I don't remember the specific name of the theory, which is really bothering me. But they were using the example of the dinosaurs, how the dinosaurs were killed by asteroids 65 million years ago. And, like, are we saying that there's never been another asteroid to, like, F up the planet in 65 million years? So, like, the theory goes that, there's an apocalyptic event, but we just wake up and we just, move into a different reality. Like, I was trying to make a connection between, like, the bombs of Nagasaki and...
Different reality?
Yes.
Something like simulation shit?
No, not a simulation. Just
the reason we know that there's been... I mean, we can tell that there was that asteroid from fossil records that killed all the dinosaurs.
But the theory goes that, that there isn't really an end to what's going on. We just kind of wake up the next day in a different version of what's going on.
So, like, multiverse.
Kind of. But it wasn't the multiverse theory. I just don't remember the name of the theory. But I kind of thought, wouldn't that be interesting? Like, you have this nuclear bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and that's like an apocalyptic type event for that type of... I don't know. I was trying to make a connection, and it clearly did not work. But I also really wanted to tell you about that theory because I thought you might find it interesting.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
But anyway, check out the new podcast, Dignidad, and it'll be out this week.
What does that mean? Or is that the name of the cult?
It was Colonia Dignidad is the cult name.
Speaking of Nagasaki, that's where we're going.
Oh,
really? Well, that was quite the segue, Jen. There you go. That was
Jen. Thank you, Jen.
It worked.
That was like, did he plant that for you?
No, I don't know.
What is this right here? This is a building. This is in Nagasaki. Look how close. Not only are the houses all close together, but they're not even aligned straight. Like here in America, like we have, straight lines. This is just all over the
Maybe
fucking
they're
place.
just trying to make the best use of the land.
Yeah, because this is pretty much all radioactive land. Let's be honest.
Oh, we're like actually going to Nagasaki.
Yeah, this is Nagasaki.
I thought you meant we were just going to like Japan.
No, this is Nagasaki right here.
Wow.
Nagasaki. Tonight we are doing the Nevada Tan case. Nevada Tan is a moniker that was given to a person in this facility. Try to guess what does this look like to you?
A hospital.
A club.
That's
a school.
That's an elementary school.
Oh.
So
I see the buses now. That's a
Oh.
big building.
Yeah, that is a big building.
well, it's multi-storied.
But
So
like
it's at
even
3
still,
stories.
like that must house a lot of children.
Kind of. I think it was like 178, something like that. Anyway, tonight we are doing the Nevada Tan story. Nevada, like the state / tan. The hyphen tan is actually a Japanese, not surname, but do you know how, for instance, in Spanish culture, you would say bonito
Mm-hmm.
as in small, or
Yep.
you would put the ito on there
Yeah.
to simulate something small.
Yeah.
Poquito.
Paquito or whatever.
yeah.
But just that ito, ITO,
Yeah.
would mean small. So tan is the same thing in Japan. It just means small.
Oh, it's
tiny.
like a
Oh.
suffix, like an adjective.
Yeah, suffix. So it's tiny. So these are elementary school.
Gotcha.
This is an elementary school case. It's
Oh,
very
God.
fucking crazy. It's the Nevada Tan name was given to an 11-year-old named Natsumi Tsuii, Tsuii. She is now known as Nevada Tan. All right. And the school that we're going to is Okubo Elementary School. This is around lunchtime, noon o'clock on June 1st, 2004.
Okay.
What?
Noon o'clock.
So, you guys haven't heard of this?
No.
Mm-mm.
That's because it's crazy. All the stories this week are fucking crazy. And we are doing the zombie story, too.
Ooh.
That'll be released on Friday for you guys. All right. This is Nevada Tan, if you want to describe her.
Oh, she's wearing a Winnie the Pooh shirt.
My favorite. Looks like a very happy child. I think she's rocking a haircut similar to what Jen had in the 90s. Perhaps a bowl cut. I can't really tell if her hair is longer just based on the background of
Way
that
to
photo.
throw shade at
No.
my
I
boy
did.
haircut phase. It wasn't my choice.
You
This-
loved it.
Here's a better picture.
No, she had a
It's
better
not quite.
hairdo.
Yeah. Jen had a worse haircut. Sorry.
Does she look like a killer?
Definitely not. She looks like a child.
She looks curious.
What'd you say, Nicole? She looks like that girl from The Ring?
I said
That's
she looks like a
fucked.
child.
That's fucked. That
that
is
girl had the hair covering her face.
Yeah, the girl from the ring that was in the well like had the wet hair and she like came up.
Which is
They do
the
not all
scary
look the
movie
same,
movies.
Nicole.
The scary movies where they make fun of the ring is really funny.
Yeah. Oh, this. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is Nevada Tan right here.
I
What,
love
Nicole?
those
They
ones.
do not look all the same. Stop saying
Stop
stuff.
it.
Or, your Halloween movie marathon starts this week, right?
It's already
It begins. It begins.
We've already been watching Halloween shit.
You know what we should do? They have on Netflix. There's an option through your browser that you can have a watch party, and like we can watch the same movie at the same
Oh,
time.
I like that.
Or you could just, spend more time with us at the house.
Also a possibility.
And we could literally watch it on the couch.
Okay.
All right, look at this picture. Can you tell me which one Nevada Tan is?
One of the ones with the arrows.
Well, obviously, Jen.
The one on the left.
With the bangs.
Yes.
They both have bangs.
they,
The
like,
one
all have
on
bangs,
our
yeah.
left.
Yes, very good. The one that's wearing a sweatshirt that says Nevada.
Oh. I didn't even notice that.
I hadn't either.
Oh, shit. That is how she got her name, Nevada.
Oh,
And-
because she wore a Nevada sweatshirt?
Yeah, so in Japanese culture, and we've explored this in the Furuto, or the Junko Furuto case, and a couple of the other Japanese stories, but it's like this in America too, but there are very strict penalties in Japan if you are a part of a news organization and you release a juvenile's name in the public, it's very strict. I'm talking about like imprisonment.
Got it.
So when this story happened, everyone knew it was one of these kids here. They didn't know which one, but once they figured it out, and I'm going to tell you how they figured it out, it was actually a mistake how they figured it out. But they didn't even know her name. They knew her face and they put it together, but at first they just called her Nevada Tan because she was wearing the Nevada sweatshirt. It's kind of interesting. But they did figure out her name. I'll show you how in a little bit. It's kind of interesting how they did that. But yeah, very strict punishments for that apparently. So this is Nevada Tan, 11-year-old girl, very sinister looking.
I mean, I wouldn't have initially thought that, but we kind of know that there's something sinister about her, so perhaps we're jumping to what we want to see.
I was going to do the, but I'm not.
The Grudge noise? That's not even the same movie.
Fuck, is not?
No.
No,
Oh, shit.
The Grudge is the little boy.
that was a scary one. I didn't like that. Oh, wait, did I see The Grudge? I think so. Oh, I was thinking The Babadook.
Oh,
I
was
had a
scary.
Babadook
really-
is fucking scary.
I had a kind of scary dream last night. I'm not going to go into detail because I know we don't have a lot of time.
Oh, actually, I had a great idea, but Nicole was like, don't talk to me. So I'm going to just put it out here to everyone. I want to do a contest 2 weeks before Halloween. And what we'll do is each one of us will pick 3 or 4 creepypastas and we'll read them. And then I'll put like some creepy music. And then the listeners of Talk Murder, the fans, you can decide who tells the better story out of all of them. So it'd be
Let's
like,
pick one. Because if we each pick 3, that's a lot.
Yeah.
well, we could do 1 a week and everyone tell 3. All you gotta do is read it off a page. You don't have to memorize it. You just read it.
No, I know, but that's like a lot. I don't know how long they are.
Did we
You've read like 2 of them. You're about to read another one.
Oh, boy.
announce the winner of that contest?
Oh, shit.
We're
Yeah.
not-
Jen would like to know if...
If not Jen won.
Yeah, we did. Thanks for bringing that up. I actually emailed the guy, Chris from Indianapolis. You need to email me back, sir. You won the contest. I think you're from Indianapolis. You're
If not, there's a Chris that's listening to us right now from Indianapolis who is going to email him.
yeah, so well, your email has the word Indianapolis in it. So, Chris, you are the winner of the contest. What happened to, we're waiting to send your stuff out, but I don't know where to send it. So let me know. Reply to that email. Also, if you didn't get the email, or it may be in your spam folder. So I title a lot of my emails with things like, you know,
Spam.
hey, hot guy, click here to see my photos, stuff like that.
You know what's the worst about like spam like that? Now they're coming in text messages and Snapchats too. Like,
oh, spam Snapchat? That's weird.
yeah.
Spam chat.
Spam chat.
Spam. What is
Spam, spam.
All right, fuck it. This is not going good. Gotta wake up here. I am not awake.
Wake up.
You gonna do another shot? You are a puss.
Shots will not make you awake. I don't understand.
They're a downer.
Understand.
Alcohol
Yeah.
is a downer.
Big pussies. All right, tonight we're talking about 11-year-old Natsumi Tsuii. That is Nevada Tan from now on.
Oh, so there is a name.
Yeah. He already said the name.
What?
No, you said that they weren't allowed to release a name because it was a minor.
Yeah, a minor. This is in 2004.
Oh, okay. So they're no longer a minor.
And obviously
okay.
she has a name. She's not just, hey, girl.
I didn't
Actually,
know. I
that's a
didn't
good
know
point.
that they could release the name yet. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Actually, that is a good point that Nicole brought up
Oh,
for that
well, thank
reason.
you.
The papers, a lot of the papers, if they don't have the girl's name, if she's a juvie, they'll use Girl A. That is what the killer would be called, Girl, and then the letter A. So, but anyway, this is 11-year-old Natsumi Tsuii. Go to talkmurder.com to see these photos. You definitely want to see all the photos from this week. Lots of zombies eating faces. When I say the word zombie eating faces, what state do you think of?
Florida.
Oh, there you go. Florida zombies, man.
Bath salts.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
You sure?
Is that what
I
we're
guess we're
covering
gonna find
next?
out.
Huh?
Is that what we're doing next?
All right. This is
Ooh.
11-year-old Natsumi Tsuii. From now on, I'll call her Nevada. She lures her best friend. Well, they used to be best friends. Now they're having a disagreement for the past week. They've been having a disagreement. But her friend Satomi Mitarai and her friends called her Remy, Reimi. So I'm going to refer to her as Remy from now on. She's the victim. She's 12. And her best friend, Nevada, is 11. Okay.
Nevada, not her real name.
Correct.
How many damn times do I got to go over this?
Natsumi. Natsumi, Nevada.
I'm just.
What the fuck?
You know, sometimes I have to repeat things for my own sake.
Ugh.
I have a bad
mine.
memory.
They were best friends a week ago. Best friends. Oh, I love you. Yes.
Was a boy the problem?
Is that what it is? Boys?
I don't know.
It's usually girls that are the problem.
No, I
No,
meant were
she
they
means,
fighting
is it-
over a boy?
Oh.
Another cat fight.
It's around lunchtime, June 1st, 2004. Nevada lures Remy to the third floor. Now, everyone's at lunch. There's 178 students in the school, and they're all eating lunch. So no one is in the classrooms. The classrooms are empty, especially in the third floor because the lunchroom's downstairs. All the teachers are down there and everything. They both go upstairs, and I don't know what Nevada said, but it was like, hey, you know, come here. I want to tell you something or whatever. They go up to the third floor. They go into a classroom. She shuts the door. Nevada, the 11-year-old, pulls out a chair. She's like, go ahead and sit down. Just like Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat over there? Why don't you have a seat right here? Have a seat right here. Nevada pulls out a chair. So Remy sits down in the chair. Nevada then goes over to the curtains and slowly pulls the curtains back. She doesn't want anyone to see, you know, what's going on.
Mm.
At this point, Remy has no idea what's going on. But she's about to in like 2 seconds. Nevada takes a blindfold, and I think it was like a shirt, a rag or something. What are you laughing at? Nothing. Nevada then takes a blindfold when Remy is sitting in the chair, and slowly Nevada puts it around her eyes. And for some reason, Remy is just okay with this. I mean, obviously, she didn't know what was coming, but she just lets her blindfold her, completely blindfold her. Next, Nevada, the 11-year-old, takes out a box cutter.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. Box cutter. She puts the blade real close to the neck of Remy, her used to be friend, but they've been fighting. They were best friends, but they've been having some disagreements lately.
I guess.
Now, she's blindfolded, remember, and it's dark in the room because the curtains are closed.
Right.
And they're on the third floor, so it's quiet.
Mm.
It's like The Ring kind of quiet in there. There's like a well in the room.
Okay.
Godzilla makes an appearance. Shit. It's really quiet in the room. She takes out the box cutter she has in her pocket, her little Nike shorts, flips the thing open, you know, with the little push button, and the blade comes out with the little razor. She puts the blade on the left of Remy's neck. So think about it. And remember, she's a 12-year-old. It's a 12-year-old
11.
neck.
Oh, yeah.
The victim, Remy, is 12 years old. So she puts the utility knife, is what they call it in Japan, to the neck on the left side, all the way to the left, right under the ear.
Mm-mm.
And I don't think she does it slowly, but she digs that knife blade as far as she can into her friend
Ugh.
until it ends all the way at the right side of her neck, under her right ear. So literally from
Ear to ear.
ear to ear, she cut her neck. Now, remember, 12 years old, nearly 10 centimeters deep in that 12-year-old's neck, which is 4 inches. So look at your own neck.
It is. So she inserted the entirety of the blade
You're-
and then sliced.
and
It's
more?
not
Yeah.
like a light cut.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
box cutters only have a very
That's
small
like
blade.
it's like she dug it all the
She
way
dug it in with all the hatred and that she had, and she just ear to ear, ear to ear. So a human, like our necks, adult necks, I'm like feeling mine now. I mean, 6 inches, maybe 7, you know, or whatever. So a 12-year-old, 4 inches deep, that literally cuts her head off completely. In fact, most of the papers refer to her as decapitated. And in fact, in America,
Oh, wow.
she would be considered decapitated. You don't actually have to lose your head to be considered decapitated. Your head's just got to be severed from its spine. That's decapitation.
Whoa!
So you can have your head still on.
So she was severed. Her spinal cord was severed with this.
Yeah. So hers was so bad. No, her spinal cord was the only thing holding her head on from falling off. Basically, the knife hit the spinal cord. That's 4 inches deep. The spinal cord being the very base. That's how deep this fucking knife went. Jen, you're holding your neck.
I know. I'm like touching my. Oh,
I don't like this.
wow. Okay.
This is
okay.
some scary movie shit right here.
Oh my goodness.
So, holy fuck.
Wow.
What do you guys think of that shit?
That's a lot. Okay, so what happened? How did how was
Did she get in trouble? Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, I was gonna ask when was Remy discovered?
Hold on a second. Why do y'all rush me? Y'all,
I'm
y'all
not
act,
rushing.
y'all act like y'all know. Y'all think I ain't gonna actually get to that.
No, I'm trying not to think of a head falling off from the bat.
Well, it wasn't falling off because
Like-
the spinal cord was
Right, like it's like tipping
Yeah.
over, like nearly headless Nick.
Yes. Yes, that is exactly what it's
Well,
like.
who the fuck is that?
You read book 2 of Harry Potter. You should know who Nearly Headless
He was
Nick
in book
is.
1 too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's dumb.
Well, they go into more detail in his
Correct.
death party.
All right, Niquiz, if you want to read this first one here, and we cannot move on until you pronounce this person's name correct.
Kazuyoshi
Oh,
Tominaga.
that was actually pretty good.
I was really trying there.
Thanks to Danielle being in Japan.
Holy shit. I think that was perfect.
Kazuyoshi Tominaga from the Sasebo Fire Department, dispatched to the scene, said, quote, "A girl's body was lying face down on the floor. She was unconscious and not breathing. There was no heartbeat and no one else was at the scene."
So the Sasebo, that is the prefecture? Was that what it's called in Japan? That is the city basically that they're
Okay.
in. They're in Nagasaki, but that is the town. I think they go. What is it? Prefecture? That sounds
don't know.
right? Prefecture.
I don't know, but
that
is it like the
Japanese?
county type thing?
Yeah, that is a prefecture. I guess prefecture means like a. Japan is divided into 47 prefectures, which rank, yada yada. Basically, like little towns. That's what they call them, prefectures. So this is in Nagasaki, but the Sasebo is the prefecture.
Got it.
Okay, so this is called the Sasebo slashing, or the Nevada tan story.
Got it.
And yeah, so pretty crazy, isn't it? So what do you guys think so far?
Very gory.
I want to know where the box cutter came from. Like, did she bring that from home, or was that lying around in the school?
Maybe it was an art room or something.
Hmm.
So
And also like 4 inches deep, like the tip of the All
That's
you
the
need is-
entirety of the whole blade.
Yeah.
Oh, she dug it in there, man. It was probably more like a, moving her hand like like a sawing
no.
effect.
No.
So that's what we beat them on. The Saw is an American movie, isn't it? So we are better at them than
What? Then what?
The Saw franchise, you mean?
Yeah.
Saw franchise is dumb.
Yeah, it is. Dumb.
I saw that in theater in one of the, which one was it? I think Saw 3 that I saw in theaters, and I was okay.
It's
Now,
just gory.
Paranormal Activity, no, I couldn't sleep at night.
Well, see, it's really easy to sleep after you watch Paranormal Activity if you use logic and then realize that ghosts aren't real, and it's just...
Okay, ghosts are real. We're not going to talk about this again. But there's a new found footage film coming out. And I think it's coming out on Netflix. And it's supposed to be like really, really scary. I'll have to find that information for you.
All right. Remy falls to the ground. She's still alive. I know she's only 12 years old, but there is a little amount of blood still pumping. And that blood is going all over Nevada Tan, all over her. Completely bloody. Head to toe. Remy falls to the ground. She attempts to crawl to the door. They actually found her in the entryway. So think about the classroom, 3rd floor. They go in, shut the door, empty classroom, but there are chairs. She pulls a chair from one of the long desks, kind of close to the door. So I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 feet away from the door. She puts the chair there, and that's where this happened. So Remy falls on the floor, and then with a very minimal amount of strength left at this point, she attempts to crawl, and they actually found her in the entryway of the door. So she actually made it about 2 feet before that was it. But that's not a lot. Crawling, She was dead. I mean, obviously. So
That's so sad that she had to spend her last moments like trying to crawl for help.
I know.
when they interviewed Nevada Tan about this story later, she said that she looked down at the body and it was shaking, convulsing, but then suddenly it just got still. It's creepy. This is some Japanese creepy shit right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They've got some good horror things.
Mm-hmm.
She took the... Yeah, I know. This would make a great horror movie, but this is like real life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She takes... Nevada Tan takes the box cutter. She takes a handkerchief, wraps it in the handkerchief, puts it in her pocket. She didn't know why she didn't throw it away. She should have just threw it away. It didn't matter
Wouldn't have
anyway. She's
mattered.
fucking got blood all over her. She actually goes directly back to class like nothing has happened. Okay. The teacher immediately looks at this girl and says, you know, what the fuck? Like, she's
What happened?
completely bloody. And this is probably one of the most chilling things I've ever read in my life doing this freaking podcast. This was her words to the teacher to explain the blood on her clothes, like completely covering her clothes. If you want to read this, number 2, right here.
This is not my blood.
That's all she said. This is not my blood.
Oh, it was all over her Nevada sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is... No. No, I don't think she was wearing that sweatshirt. Well, maybe she was. I don't know. But Nevada, she just got the name Nevada because people were trying to figure out who it was.
Oh, okay.
And they had to call her something other than Girl A.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously, this is eventually going to be some anime type of shit. She's
Could be
gonna
a horror movie later
She's
down.
going to be, what do you call it? She's going to be heroified in anime. She is. But you know how the Japanese do it. They freaking make these people like... You remember the one we just did in Japan?
Yeah.
And she's like a meme and
Oh yeah.
famous.
Well,
What did
there
they
is a
call
very
that
like
word?
specific genre of horror like that Japanese are known for with their horror films and stuff like that. So this would be, I could easily see this being a horror film in the
Remember
future.
that Parasite film?
Yeah.
That
I think that was
wasn't-
Chinese.
That was Chinese.
Oh. No, or was it Korean?
I think it was Chinese.
Oh.
But that was good.
It was. It wasn't really horror until the end.
Yeah.
All right, this is from the Washington Post, if you want to read this.
Minutes later, teachers found Satomi Mitarai.
Remy, that's Remy. Just call her Remy.
Minutes later, teachers found Remy, a 12-year-old girl, lying in a pool of gore from an empty classroom overlooking the sandy playground at Okubo Elementary School.
Well, hold on a second. So this is Washington Post. This is not translated from Japanese, but even they are kind of adapting the Japanese, because all the Japanese papers they put into this horror. They do. Like, they're using the word pool of gore. Who uses the word pool of gore instead of pool of blood? This is from the Washington Post. In a pool of gore. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You guys don't think that's crazy?
The 11-year-old killer, according to her own admissions, as recounted in interviews with school officials and counselors, had led Satomi, remembered for her toothy grin, into the room. The attacker drew the curtains before slitting her victim's throat and brutally kicking the dying girl's head and sides, according to those interviewed. Oh, so she didn't just slit her throat, she kicked her afterwards.
Oh, yeah. But you should have seen what she did a week ago before this.
What do you mean?
Well, they were obviously fighting over something. So she had a reason to do this, I'd imagine.
Well, I can't imagine a really good reason.
Well, that depends on your definition of good reasons, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, although I feel confident that there's really not anything that would make me do that.
Remy's father later described his daughter as, quote, "When I arrived, Satomi was already lying there, collapsed. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I can't put in words what I'm feeling now. I can't understand it all. I don't have a clue," end quote. So, there's got to be a motive.
Well, there should be.
Both of the girls were in the same class. And just a week ago, they were best friends. In fact, both of the girls had a similar passion for computers. And this is Nevada Tan's website here. Now, I looked it up. This is in 2004. MySpace was invented in 2003. However, this is not a MySpace page.
No.
MySpace wasn't introduced to Japan until November 2006.
Okay.
So what you're looking at is a website built by Nevada.
Oh, wow.
Using HTML. There was no platforms to do that. MySpace was the platform to have your own website at the time. You know what I'm saying? WordPress wasn't here. Blogger.com. None of that shit was here.
Wow.
It was, and actually, I remember doing websites way back in the day, using Dreamweaver from Adobe and loading straight HTML and CSS, which is like how you style it. So, I want that header to be blue. That's what CSS is, kind of shit. So you use both HTML and CSS, and that's how you make a website with straight code. So you're looking at this website, yeah, it looks kind of dated now, but that shit was hand-coded by her.
That's impressive.
Yeah, for fucking 11 years old. And she's hand-coding that. See, we had the beauty of MySpace at this time.
Right.
You know, we didn't have to, but you remember, I don't know if you remember MySpace.
You could do
did.
certain things. Yep.
Yeah. So what's that girl's name that commented, the high schooler? She's like, "What the fuck is MySpace?"
Oh, heaven.
Yeah. Before your time,
But
my
way
child.
before your fucking time. Holy shit. You know? Fuck. Yeah. Because I remember coding that shit, you know, just doing little things. But she actually coded that entire thing herself. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, pretty good.
Yeah. I never had a MySpace. I had Facebook. Like, I think I was...
MySpace to my place. Yeah, I never had it either.
I had it.
MySpace was like the first Tinder. Just kidding.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's probably accurate.
So
I'm not going to say I didn't look at my crush's MySpace pages
Yeah.
because, I mean, I feel like
That's what it
everyone
was
did
there
that.
for,
Yeah,
yeah.
really. But, yeah, I only had Facebook.
both of these girls are in the same class. Best friends, passion for computers, both had their own websites. May 27th, a week before the murder. Okay, this is what happens. both of the girls were in a chat room, which I don't even think they had AOL. I mean, obviously they didn't create their own chat room, but it was something like AOL. Maybe the AOL was over there. I don't know.
When? 2003?
No, it was 2004.
2004? Yeah. They had AOL.
But it was some sort of chat room. Let's just say AOL. And again, those high schoolers are like, AO what? AI?
I had to send an email to a parent this past week who still has an AOL email address. My parents both still use AOL mail.
It's too funny.
I mean, that was the first, man. AOL.
I remember each update they had like those cool looking discs, and you always want to have like the cool. I don't know.
Yeah. I miss that. And them are the good old days. We need to go back to that shit. Now it's all like you're getting tracked and fucking everything, and just, you know, it's like eyeballs all over you.
And the sound would come on when someone
The door opening and closing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I had Phoebe Buffet from Friends was my like.
Oh, I used
person,
to
my
be
voice.
obsessed with Phoebe and her
Really?
cat song.
Smelly cat,
Smelly cat, smelly cat.
What
It's not
are
your
they
fault.
feeding you?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Smelly
The
cat, smelly cat. It's not your fault.
Oh, you do. Wait, no, I never seen that show.
Clearly, you've seen the show.
Both had a passion for computers. May 27th, 1 week before the murder, both girls were in a chat room AOL. However, on this night, particularly Nevada Tan was a tad bit late, and she scrolled back through the history, you know, to see what everyone's talking about. You know, I wonder if I'm popular to these high school kids. Okay, moving on. Fuck. Not that I care. It's cool, you know.
No, clearly not. Clearly, you don't care at all.
There was one day last year, and one of my students was like, "You're really cool," and it made my day because they were being sincere, and I was just like, it made my day. It was great.
Oh, that's
Man,
funny.
No one's ever called me cool.
Oh, please.
Yeah, but no one said you're really cool.
You're
That'd be-
really cool.
Yeah, but you're just saying that because I want to hear it.
No. You want me to say it another time after you forget?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in 7 seconds.
But I don't know, it's interesting like relating with students because it, you know, for me anyway, I'm that adult who like doesn't care that they like, I know that they think I'm like corny and stupid, but then like when you know, you make a connection, they're like, you're actually like a pretty cool person, and I'm like, you know what, I know that, but hearing it from you validates me, so thank you.
You're making me feel so much better.
Yeah.
All right. No, May 27th, she logs into the chat room, scrolls up, seeing what was talked about. Obviously, she doesn't care because she's cool, but, you know, I just want to check kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So she scrolls back up and sees that her best friend Remy has been talking bad about her
Uh-oh.
in the chat room
Drama.
in front of all these other students.
And probably
She-
like 45-year-old men.
Yeah. You will not believe what she called her.
What?
Y'all are gonna gasp when you hear what she called her.
What'd you call her?
Remy called Nevada Tan a burrito.
A what?
What is
a
that?
burrito.
A burrito.
A burrito.
What does that mean?
All the newspapers said it meant the word heavy, like fat. But I looked it up, and it doesn't quite mean that. It's actually a very popular term.
Does it mean
Is it
fat,
like
like
a slang?
PHAT?
No. It doesn't mean fat at all. It's actually a very popular term in the Japanese culture, and a lot of men look for burrito girls.
Does that mean like curvy?
No, not curvy. It's nothing to do with the appearance. So I'm going to read this. This is from some Japanese website.
What is a Harajuku girl?
I don't know.
Like, you remember in Gwen Stefani? She had her Harajuku girls.
I can't remember. I don't know.
She had like a posse of Japanese
Yeah.
girls.
I know what you're
for
talking about.
her
I just don't know what it.
album, and then like
A burrito is a term used to describe girls who put on the appearance of being almost unbearably cute and innocent. It is a well-known personality type here in Japan. The thought of a girl who affects another personality when out in public might not be especially appealing to someone at first, but this isn't simply a case of young women being two-faced. Buriko has that special hint of Japanese kawaii culture, and it appeals to a surprising number of men. So here's a few things, and we have something like this over here.
Isn't that like charming?
They're called ditzy blondes.
Oh.
So think of Jessica Simpson. Tuna the sea is chicken or whatever the fuck. Remember? So a couple of the things, she could be affecting a lisp. She could be speaking with a voice that is much higher than her natural voice, using their own name when speaking in the first person. So John likes this. Oh my God, yeah. Kind of shit. Damn it. Fuck me. She could be pretending to be naive, changes in attitudes and behavior when around men, and upturned doe eyes. So basically like trying to be ditzy and innocent and stupid and, oh my God, here's my
A lot of girls do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb themselves down and make themselves seem stupid.
Yeah, so the men are like, I like working out. We should get together and see a movie. Or something, you know, men are just dumb cavemen. And the girl's like, oh my God, yeah, please buy me popcorn.
I love popcorn.
Why is there a hole in the bottom of this popcorn? Ooh, what is that? Is there a gummy worm in here?
Oh my God, stop it.
Oh wait, that's just your erect penis. Can I just get some of this popcorn, please? Oh, shit.
Like, where do you come up with this? I'm always so fascinated by what goes on in your mind, but I'm also terrified. Like, I don't know if I would ever want to live inside your mind.
Oh, it's fucking awful,
No.
dude. I have to live inside my mind all the fucking time. It's terrible. That's why I sing all these random songs all the time, to get myself.
I like the songs he sings, though. Those are fun. Little, like, sidebars like that is, like, where is that coming from?
Okay. She also apparently called her heavy somewhere in there. Now, Nevada pretends not to care, but she does. You know how some guys...
I mean, if someone called me heavy, that would hurt my feelings.
You know, some guys, you know, they want to know if they're popular in high school or whatever, but they don't really care. So... Nevada pretends not to care, but really she does. The next day in her journal, because they have all of her journals, and I'll link all these journals and everything on talkmore.com. You ain't gonna be able to read them because unless you speak some sort of, you know,
Japanese?
Swahili. Japanese, yeah, that's it.
Swahili.
Unless you speak some kind of Asian, you're not gonna be able to understand it. But I'll put all our. That was kind of racist. Unless you can.
I was like, we know it's Japanese.
Yeah.
This is not a question.
Know. Fuck.
Yeah, do they have dialects like Chinese does?
I don't know.
I'd imagine, yeah.
Well, because Chinese, you have Cantonese and Mandarin.
I don't know.
But I don't know about Japanese dialects. This is a serious question. I'm not even trying
I'm sure they do.
I have no idea.
Every other culture has them. So Nevada pretends not to care, but secretly she does. And the reason they know this is because they looked at her journal. I'll put all these journals on talkmore.com. They're all in Japanese, but you can translate it, and which is what I did. And the next day, Nevada writes in her journal, quote, I thought I'd kill this day, but I couldn't, end quote. So the next day, she's already thinking about killing her.
So she's been planning this.
For like a day. But yeah, like all of a sudden, it's like, you know what? I am not a burrito. I'm going to kill this girl. Baruko. I'm not a Baruko. I'm going to kill this girl. The next day, she actually maps out which weapon to use. So think of like a Venn diagram, and she's like putting the pros and cons of an ice pick, a box cutter, or strangulation.
Oh, wow.
On May 28th in the chat room, Remy once again writes that Nevada Tan is a burrito. But this time Nevada said, quote, instead of, what do you think she said? She responded back.
I said, bitch.
I said, bitch.
I'm not.
She said, quote, I'll kill you.
Oh.
End quote. Fuck, God damn.
Jeez.
That steps it
I
up.
will cut you. Oh, yes, I will, girl.
All right, so let's talk about a motive here.
Well, we found the motive.
That was a little stressful. Well, there's got to be something else, right? You know,
I mean,
Japanese they like all this crazy shit over there.
but yeah.
Some of the things on her website that the police found, because think about it, you have an elementary school kid who just murdered another elementary school kid in a fucking one of the most gruesome fashions ever. I mean, if she wanted to kill her, she could have did anything not as gruesome, but she went for the box cutter and the whole setup.
Mm-hmm.
Literally like out of a horror movie.
Right.
So the Japanese police are now faced with, well, we got to fucking answer why she did this to the public. And it's not because of some
It's not because of the chat room.
bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but
There's more to it.
there's got to be more, right?
I don't know. Like if someone's not in their right mind and they're immature, you know, it's
She's
a
fucking
child.
11 years old.
Exactly. So maybe there isn't anything more truly.
All right. If you want to read this is from my research. I can't remember which paper, but
What is so scary is that she seemed normal to us in every way, said Masashi Watanabe, head of the Sasebo Children's Counseling Center, whose staff interviewed the girl after the killing. She did not seem like a troubled girl. There were no warning signs picked up by her teachers or parents. She could have been any of our children.
she had a couple things on her computer, on her website, right? And one of them was a novel called, it was called Battle Royale. And it was a novel turned teen movie and eventually video game depicting mass killings of several classmates.
Ooh.
So that was one of the things that struck investigators. The next thing was something called the Red Room. And
Rum?
The Red Room. And the Red Room is actually, that title was used by H.G. Wells a long time ago. Is not the same, though. This is a creepypasta. You know how the fucking creepypastas or whatever. So this was actually found on her computer. If you want to read this, Nicole, I'll put some scary music over it, like always. It's not that long.
It was almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the large suburban Enwood MacDonald High School had just let out for the weekend. A tall, mature-looking young man, Eric, stood alone in one of the classrooms, leaning on someone's desk and flipping through the rift of papers in his hands. A long weekend was coming up, and almost everyone had something due, so that afternoon became a last hand-in opportunity. There were probably less than 15 students still in the building.
Hold on one second. So this is the creepypasta. Before they saw it, so this was just a link on her computer. She didn't actually write this, but the link said that this is, quote, considerably scary and people with weak hearts should not access it, end quote. So remember, she's 11 years old, and I mean, I read through her journals and everything. She just seems like a 11-year-old, man. I mean, all that shit, we just write all this crap. We used to link to these horror stuff. I didn't see anything, crazy about this, but anyway, if you want to keep reading it.
A fair-haired, bespectacled boy about Eric's age came into the room and slammed his fair-sized backpack onto a desk. "Hey, you're still here?" Eric simply glanced up, not faltering by the noise. "I have a lot of papers to put in, Ramsey." "Everybody else is leaving now." He gestured to the door. 3 mousy-looking girls walked by, chattering. "You're still going to come over tomorrow, right?" "I wouldn't drop my plans without saying," Eric said with a shrug.
Wait, hold on. Let me get to the real meat of it. This shit,
Okay.
I don't want to fucking...
Yeah, that'd be a long read.
Yeah, fucking this is goddamn long. There's someone that does a narration on YouTube. You want to watch that shit?
Sure.
So, guys, on the video chat, we'll watch this fucking thing right quick. I'll link to it. You ain't gonna be able to see it, but, whatever. We'll watch this shit right quick. Kind of cool, man. Maybe. I think it's, I don't know, was it? One second. That's your car, isn't it, Jen?
What is it? No, I have a Honda.
This isn't it. Red Room. I think it's like scary stories or some shit. This is it. 6 minutes.
Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
No.
The Red Room.
Legend
Y'all
has
wanna
it
watch
that
this
there
shit
are
for 6
websites
minutes?
on the deep
Yeah,
dark web
that's fine.
where you can pay to watch a live murder. These
What?
are called red rooms, named after a popular Japanese urban legend.
Wait,
Why
this
is it
shouldn't
called a
have.
Red Room? Let this story.
Man, that's fucking. That ain't the same one. What the fuck? Where's that one? Is it right here? Yeah, it is it. Yeah, it is it right here. So this is the story.
Mitarai was 3 hours into his night shift at a remote convenience store in rural Japan.
I'm gonna go get a
Midweek in
beer.
this small town meant
Anybody want
little
anything?
traffic would pass through,
I'll take another beer.
and
What
the
do you want?
clock, not even having
Um,
struck midnight yet,
Anything's fine.
Can y'all
he
hear
knew
it?
he was
Yeah.
in for a long night. As he
What's
began
up,
busying
please?
himself by stocking shelves, 2 high school boys fresh from their late evening cram school session entered the store and made their way to the ready-made meals section. Sota stood up and made his way back to the counter in order to be ready to serve them. Being the only 2 customers in the quiet store, it was impossible to not overhear their conversation. They were both clearly shaken by events that had transpired the previous day. They spoke of a fellow classmate who some weeks earlier had been encouraging them to experience an online puzzle known as the Red Room. This classmate, it appeared, had become obsessed with it, to the point where it was alleged that he had not left his room for several days. The hard-working parents oblivious to his truancy until they forced their way into his bedroom, only to find him dead, and the entire room coated in blood. Sota tried to hide his shock at this, as he did not want to be accused of eavesdropping. He put the boys' items through the register and thanked them for their custom. They left, and Sota stood in silence, intrigued at this online puzzle, the Red Room. He decided to call Ryota, a good friend of his and someone he considered to be far more knowledgeable with the internet than himself at this point in time, as the online world was still somewhat unknown to many. He explained to Ryota what he had just overheard, and Ryota, being similarly intrigued, said he would check it out and call him back. Minutes, then hours went by, and there was no return phone call. Sota wanted to call Ryota again, but it was past midnight now and he didn't wish to wake him if he had fallen asleep, so opted for a text, to which there was also no reply.
Lasagna will take an hour.
bored, unable to get the lure of this online puzzle out of his head, fired up the computer in the small office to the side of the main counter and began searching for the Red Room. Initially only finding references to nightclubs, interior design, and an old H.G. Wells story, he began to get closer when finding several news article references to the Red Room puzzle and the deaths that were linked to it. Included in these articles was the most recent one, Yuto
Kind of
Atsumi,
creepy, isn't it?
a boy from his area, the boy the teenagers were talking about earlier. The articles were chilling and should have convinced him to give up the search, but he couldn't. The fascination was slowly turning into obsession. Suddenly the door chime rang out, breaking the dead silence of the store as a customer entered. Sota snapped out of his trance and reluctantly stepped out to the counter, finding it hard to pull himself away. As cash was exchanged for cigarettes, a voice from the office caught his ear.
あなたは好きですか?
Do you like? The customer left, and Sota re-entered the room. It spoke again.
あなたは好きですか?
Do you like? There was a pop-up window on the screen with the same text as what was being spoken, and Sota quickly clicked to close it. Then it popped up again.
あなたは好きですか?
Do you like? And again.
あなたは好きですか?
Do you like? Each time, Sota clicking it closed and praying it would stay shut, his frustration mounting with each click harder than the last until it would no longer close, and the message slowly split apart to reveal further text and a voice that said,
あなたは赤い部屋が好きですか?
Do you like the red room? Sota froze. This was it. He'd found it. His click to close the window worked this time, and as the pop-up disappeared, a list of names previously blurred out in the background came into view. He scanned down the list, and to his horror, the name second from last was Yuto Atsumi, and underneath that, his friend, Ryota. Panicking, he immediately tried calling Ryota, to which there was no reply. He then stood up to go to Ryota directly. However, when he did so, the door slammed itself shut, and he was unable to open it. After several minutes of bashing on the door and shouting, he stopped suddenly when the computer behind him spoke once more.
あなたは赤い部屋が好きですか?
Do you like the red room? Sota stared at the screen, and then his vision drifted to the shiny box cutter to the right. He smiled. He now knew how to get out.
So that's where she got the box cutter inspiration, perhaps?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Eh? It's kind of creepy.
Creepy pasta is creepy.
Creepy pasta. Alrighty. So that was found. So that the Red Room. I'll link to that article, man. You guys can read it. It's not really that scary to me, but you know. All right, let's finish this shit up. You guys want to say anything? Anything? No.
I wonder what would have happened though if they clicked on the box instead of clicking the X.
I don't know.
Oh shit! I got one of those boxes right there. I know that, huh? Oh fuck! Came back with porn. More porn. Do you like porn? Do you like porn?
It's like in the musical Avenue Q. There's that one song that says that called "The Internet Is for Porn." This is also the first musical that I saw on Broadway because I thought it was just like a Muppets thing. So my aunt took me. I was 12 at the time, and I was like, "It's like a Muppet show," and it was an adult Muppet show. So there's that. I mean, it's a great musical as an adult, but not for a 12-year-old. So
Murder is also not for a 12-year-old.
correct.
So this is some of the anime. She is a anime star. This is
Oh,
you
wow.
see the Nevada
Oh,
tan.
yeah.
So that it really circulated the internet like all Japanese stories.
She's
that
like
are
her own
fucked.
creepy pasta.
Yeah, but
She's like become the
she
story.
didn't do this herself. This was what
Right. No, I know.
Yeah.
this is what the anime thing
Oh.
kind of
Wow.
fucking does, right? There's even cosplay.
Oh, I don't like that.
So
Yeah,
this
that's
is
creepy.
what you're looking at as a girl that's, I don't know, maybe 14 or whatever, wearing a Nevada sweatshirt with blood all over it. So
That's I don't know. I know the Japanese culture is different, but I just feel like
Horror is really, they're really into the horror
in
shit.
America that would be in such bad taste. Like that would not be
Yeah.
okay.
So this is how they found their name real quick. So this is her drawings. They put this on the news, but somebody zoomed in, and I think it's that bottom drawing. They actually see your name right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how they get that.
Oh.
Yeah. So she actually had instant regratification. I don't know if that's a word.
Regratification? Regret?
Regratification.
Regret.
Yeah.
She had instant remorse.
I like my word regratification.
No, it's not a word.
Even though there's
Definitely
a
not a
red
word.
line under it. Regratification. She says, quote,
Gratification is very different.
she says, quote, I wonder why I did it. If I thought and acted properly, it wouldn't have happened. I
Oh.
would like to apologize, end quote. Now, keep in mind, she's 11 years old.
Yeah.
She apologized. She was instantly remorseful. She apologized to the parents, and I believe they forgave her. And
That's awful.
she was in the police station. She was given snacks. I put she was given snakes. She was given snacks at the police station, but she couldn't eat for like days. She was just too distraught over what she did.
Wow.
And she did a formal apology to her family. I mean, she is very remorseful. Yeah. Now, this was serious in Japan. What do you think they would do to an 11-year-old like this?
Therapy, counseling. I don't know if, I mean, I don't know, like putting a child away in a juvenile detention center is definitely a possibility.
It's a possibility in Japan if she was over 12, which she wasn't. She's 11.
Wow.
She's 11 years old, which means the whole case, the murder case, had to be resolved in the Japanese family court, basically a civil court.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. They ruled to institutionalize her because of the severity of the crime, and she was sent to serve time at the Tochigi prefecture. I'm pretty sure she's out now. I couldn't find any information about where she's at now, but I'm pretty sure
Likely.
she's out.
I mean, that was 15 years ago.
But this has been there has been some serious concerns in Japan, and we're wrapping this up, but this isn't the only crazy story that has been happening over there that is just horrendous. For
With
instance,
children, you mean?
Yeah,
the
with
children
children,
murdering
yeah.
each other?
So, for instance, juvenile heinous crime has been on the rise over the last decade in Japan. In fact, from the year before to when she killed, it was like up 40% for
Wow.
juvenile crime, not murder per se, but juvenile crime, which includes murder. The previous July, so a year before, a 12-year-old Nagasaki boy kidnapped and molested a 4-year-old.
Oh my God.
This kid's 12 years old. He kidnaps a 4-year-old boy and murdered him by pushing him off a roof.
Oh my God.
In 1997, so 7 years before, a 14-year-old boy this is fucking nuts, dude. This is fucking nuts. This is what these Japanese stories, man. Like, dude, you guys fucking, like, you guys just over fucking do it. I don't get it, man.
I don't think we can talk though, because there's a lot of
but
murder. Like it's on a different.
It's like, but
it's a lot of gun.
It's fucking
concern.
creepy over there, though. Check this out.
Well, horror is the genre. Like if that's what they are seeing a lot of in the horror movies and the anime, and if they're very gory, like that's what they get. Just like here, there's a lot of video games and everywhere on the news, it's all about guns, and that's why we have gun problem. You know, I'm not saying like that's why, but you know what I mean. Like that's what.
It's definitely a factor that plays into it.
That's what they're surrounded by.
Yeah, but Japan, they always, and this wasn't any cannibal stuff, but they always taste the meat in most of our episodes, if you want to say. But anyway, this is crazy. This is some macabre shit. In 1997, a 14-year-old boy cuts off the head of an 11-year-old. Now, this is in the Nagasaki district, the same district.
Wow.
Not only does he cut off the 11-year-old's head, but he leaves it mounted to the entrance gate of the school.
Like St. Thomas More.
That reminds me of the bus episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the incident was so vile that Japanese authorities responded by lowering the criminal rate from 14 to 12. But Nevada 10 wasn't
11.
12.
Yeah.
So, I mean, cut off a boy's head and then mounted it. Like if you can go into an island inhabited by indigenous people and they have the heads on the spike. I mean, what the fuck, dude?
It's wild.
That's not even in video games. Like you gotta be fucked.
You'll see shit like that in movies and stuff.
But that's the Nevada Tan story.
Wow.
I couldn't find out where she's at. I'm pretty sure she's out of prison. I mean,
well, she was in a
wasn't
facility.
Even, she wasn't in prison per se, but I mean, obviously she's most likely changed her name. There, if you like this story, go back and listen to one. It's called I don't remember what episode number, but the title was "Where We Be Headin'," and that is about a Chinese immigrant that came over and
To Canada.
and let's just say that was that let's just say it
You'll rethink your bus travels.
yeah.
Yeah, public transportation will never look the same.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that story too also is Greyhound a year before had spent millions on marketing their new slogan that said, "You never heard of bus rage."
Yeah.
Well, we never heard of bus cannibalism either. But yeah, so they actually took that marketing statement down. But anyway, that's the Nevada tan story. Go to talkmore.com to see all those photos. And yeah, I hope you guys like that. We got 2 more stories this week. We're doing a zombie killer, so stay tuned for that. That's the Florida bath salts. That's what they think it is. You know.
We'll find out.
So anyway, that's all I got. And until next time, my name is John. Good night, you lovely, lovely people. All right.
I gotta pee before we go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pause this recording?
Yep.
I don't know if you let me pause it. Stop streaming.